Throughout my freshman year of college, my roommate would go to the gym like basically every day without fail. Sorry, I just realized how odd I look right now. Please ignore this. Like, do your laundry or something while you watch because this is so odd. But I realized like she goes to the gym every day like without fail, and on the days she didn't, it was just because like it was a rest day or she wasn't feeling good. And I was like, why does she go like every day? Like, how is this not like a chore or like a task for her? And then when I asked her like, dude, I don't know how you do it, like going every day, and she'd be like, I don't know, I just like, it's become such a big part of my life, like it's my reward or like my way to relax. And I always just like was like, wow, like I can never bring myself to feel that way about the gym. And I couldn't until I started going for myself. And it took a long time for that to even feel that way, because once you start doing it for a long time, it becomes more of like a habit than a hobby. So I've been wanting to make this video for a while now. I just haven't really had the time to, and I thought, why not now? I'm literally just oiling my hair right now with this rosemary oil, and I've just had it laying around in my house. So yeah, I thought I'd like give myself a scalp massage as I talk. Sorry if I look a little freaky right now, but this is what you get. Honestly, before this summer, I've never been the type of person who's like athletic and just been like super into sports. It was just so like not my thing. So I've just been wanting to talk about how I've been feeling just from going to the gym. I've been going like basically every day, and the only days that I don't go are when I have like family commitments or I'm hanging out with my family. You know, I mean, even on those days I could go, it's just like hard to time it. You know, it is what it is. I'm just really glad I've been going 100% more than I did before. Look at that. There's nothing. You know what? There's nothing. And I'm like, I'm not embarrassed about it or ashamed. Like, I don't really have biceps, and I don't expect myself to just like gain biceps in 2 months. Like, that takes a lot of work and effort. Also, like, I want this video to be about like stuff I wish I had known before I went into the gym. I think the number one thing I wish I had known was that it's okay to like be nervous and not know what you're doing, because probably like 95% of people who go to the gym at the very start of their life also don't know what they're doing, or at least that's been my experience. And even still, like, I'm not a pro at like going to the gym. Like, even then there's a lot of machines I still don't use, so I don't know how to use them. So I'm not saying like I'm an expert or I know how to do everything at the gym and like therefore I should like already have biceps by now. Like, it just doesn't work like that. Another reason I didn't want to go to the gym was just because, one, I didn't like know what I was gonna be doing, and two, I thought that it would make me look really embarrassing and everyone would know like I'm not like a person who goes to the gym every day. But I think like that's fine. Like, you don't need to like look a certain way or act or behave a certain way before going to the gym or when you're at the gym. You're going to the gym for yourself. I don't know. That was a really hard thing for me to learn. Like, I went like for a very short period back in the spring at college, and I'd be like shaking in my boots, like entering the gym, because everyone was like jacked. The girls, the guys, everyone had like their sports bras, ass hugging shorts, or the guys would wear their like compression shirts, and like, bro, everyone was just like jacked and like very good looking. Everyone just looked great. And it made me feel so insecure, and I was like, oh my god. I was just like, this kind of like look is so unattainable. And I never had the mindset where it was like, you know what, it's unattainable right now, but it can be attainable if I keep coming back and putting in the work. And the hardest thing was like being able to put in the work, just because I didn't know what I was really getting into. The main reason I went to the gym in college was to lose body fat and like become toned, but I had no idea how to do that. So my only plan was just to go to the gym and like run a mile or two and like stretch, and then go home and expect for like all my body fat percentage to like just leave me. Running is great for like your cardiovascular health and like to lose weight, but it's not gonna help you become muscular, grow your muscles. Like, the only way you can become muscular is by strength training and building up your muscles by lifting. And I really didn't know that, even though that seems very forward and like a very straightforward idea, you know? But you know what? I'm not even ashamed, just because like I've gotten to a point where I didn't even know I could get to before, and I'm just really proud of myself. And I think it takes a lot to like even be able to be proud of yourself, because like in college I went to the gym. I remember like there was this one week where I went like consistently every day, and I was just so proud of myself for just being able to do that. I wasn't even strength training, I was just running because that's all I knew. Even then I was just really proud of myself, but school kept getting in the way. But now like the gym has become like basically a daily thing for me. It's like helped a lot in terms of my diet. I've learned also that like just eating fruit before going to the gym will do you wonders, because it's a healthy carb, not a bad carb. It makes you feel more energized. It's healthier, it has natural sugars rather than like a protein bar packed to the brim with sugar and a ridiculous amount of sodium. And yes, you do need like a daily sodium intake, but I feel like protein bars are just not that efficient and also just not that healthy. And you know, I could give like a whole like lecture on like diet and blah blah blah, but I think the biggest thing I've learned just from like going to the gym and diet in general is that if you really do want to make a difference in like in terms of like your shape and like your look, you can't really half-ass it. You can't just go to the gym and like eat like shit every day and expect to see like amazing results within like a month, because you have to do both. Like if you want to work out your body, you have to work out your diet, and then you'll eventually, not immediately, but eventually start seeing results. For me, like if I eat bad and have like ultra processed foods, I'll have like a very puffy face for 3 to 4 days, and then it'll start depuffing. Right now on camera my face looks really puffy. I just had like popcorn because I went to the movie theater, but you know, it is what it is. I bought it. I was like, you know what, I'll have it. It's a movie, why not? I think like just being in more control over your diet and knowing what you're doing is really gonna help you. So I think like what you can do if you're starting the gym, start getting familiar with the machines. You don't need like a daily plan. Just start using machines and seeing what you feel good with, seeing what feels comfortable. Start with a weight you're comfortable, because say if you're doing like lat pull down and you're comfortable at 50 pounds, do 50 pounds, get consistent with it, get comfortable with it. Next week, increase the reps, start doing 55 pounds, maybe 52 pounds, 53 pounds. It really depends on where you're at and how it feels for you. You know, there are gonna be days where you're really tired, days where you just don't wanna go, but you just have to remind yourself, like, what am I working for and what am I working towards? Because for me, I'm working for myself. I wanna do this to look good for myself. I'm not doing it for like this like praise or anything. And what am I working towards? I'm working towards a healthier body, a healthier outlook, and a healthier perspective on life. Because like in the past when I'd go to the gym, I went in with the intention of just being skinny. Like that was like my only goal really. It wasn't anything specific. It was just have a flat stomach and just that was it. At my gym there's a lot of like older people, probably like 50 to like mid 70s or even older. Like there are a lot of elderly people at my gym. And I'm just like kind of like taken aback. Like I'm surprised, like wow, like these people are like really in it. A lot of these people, like these elderly people are regulars. Like I see them like, if not every day, like maybe every 2 to 3 days. I'm not checking how much they're like lifting or anything, but still the fact that they're coming in and are so strong and healthy at like that older age is just so impressive. And like it's made me like want to be that when I become older, just because like right now I'm nearing my 20s and I'm like, I guess like technically not at my most fit, but like I have the potential to be my most fit. I don't know why I'm doing air quotes. I have like all the potential and ability in my body to be like my most fit and healthy self. And I want to be able to continue that into far adulthood. I don't want to be 60 and like unable to walk and like be hunched over. I don't want to be like 70 like unable to sit on the floor. I want to be able to touch my toes. I want to be able to scratch my back. I want to be able to like wake up every day without back pain. And I know there are some things that are just out of your control, but I want to be able to go to the gym and prevent that and just make my life as healthy as possible, you know? And this outlook on the gym has helped me focus on like what I really want and help me like steer away from my insecurities when I go to the gym, because it's very easy to fall into that trap of insecurity and like comparing yourself to other people at the gym. Because at college I was doing that every day, because like at my college gym it's only people of my age, but at my hometown gym just people of all sorts of ages. Like it's very rare I see like a girl that's in their 20s or younger at the gym, so I don't really have people of my age to compare to, and like, you know, like I don't feel the need to like belittle myself and be like, oh, like they look so much better than me, why can't I be like that? Like I don't even have the ability to do that if I wanted to, but I have the ability to be like, wow, I could really get like that at some point in my life. That is just so impressive, and it's helped me like steer away from comparing myself. I've just stopped doing that, and it's great, and it just feels amazing. And I know like a lot of people like also get warped into that whole like looksmaxxing and like aspect of the gym, and that's just like a whole other conversation for another day. It's very, very easy to fall into that trap, especially with social media and just like watching millions and millions of like workout videos. Do not let yourself get into that, because once you do, it's gonna be really hard to get out of it. I know the whole looksmaxxing community is like focused on men, but I'm sure there's a lot of women that have fallen down that like spiral. With looksmaxxing, there's two different sides. One side that's very extreme and focused on like bone smashing and like, injecting like steroids. I don't even like want to think about that kind of stuff, like, but like doing all that stuff to your body, like harmful stuff to your body. And the other side that's like hyper focused on like eating as healthily as possible and never eating or even touching anything bad. Like you should eat healthy, but do everything in moderation. Don't go to one side of the extreme where you're harming your body, or one side where you're like completely restricting your body, because you're just gonna spiral. Like trying to focus on every single thing you eat is just gonna make you even more insecure. Like say you like eat burgers every day, you can't just go cold turkey on it. Like you have to reduce your consumption one by one. You can't just cut it out for like 1 to 2 days and expect yourself to be completely fine for like the next like 30 days. That's just not how it works. You have to reduce your consumption little by little to the point where you're used to it and you don't really even feel the cravings or like need to eat a certain food anymore. And I don't know, like a lot of these like health videos and like looksmaxxing videos, like healthier, like non-harmful content, put out a lot of tips about like sleeping with your mouth taped shut, doing things to make your eyes look better, your facial hair, blah blah blah. A lot of the stuff I agree with. Like, try to make yourself look like the best version of yourself, but just remember, in moderation. Just don't do things that make you feel uncomfortable, especially if you don't like it or like how it makes you feel, you know? That applies to everything in your life, and it's just a very good lesson to gain from going to the gym, especially because it just carries out throughout like your work life, your home life, your relationships. Don't talk to people you don't really like talking to. Don't eat things you don't even like eating. I don't know, don't watch things you don't like watching. Like it feels like very like straightforward, but you know, humans have a habit or a tendency to do things that they don't even like. I think a lot of people can relate to this too, like envisioning yourself at the gym every day and then like going ahead and like buy a bunch of like protein bars and like working out clothes, running shoes, and a yoga mat. A lot of people like can get ahead of themselves before they've even started the journey. I would not recommend that, and I personally didn't do those things. Like I have protein bars, a yoga mat, running shoes like laying around in my house already just from like over the years, so I didn't really go out of my way. But it is really easy to go out of your way and do things before you even start like your actual goal, and like get lost in it and become overwhelmed and eventually not even end up achieving the goal you wanted in the first place. So I think just try to go to the gym. You don't have to go every day, you don't have to go 5, 6, 7 days a week. Just try going one day, seeing what makes you feel comfortable. If it's cardio for you, great. Then start walking on the treadmill. Maybe the next day, start walking a little bit faster on the treadmill, walking for a longer duration on the treadmill. If you're into strength training, maybe go to the gym, check out what machines they have, try out a few of them, get in your reps. I was pretty fucking clueless at the start. Like it was actually like very embarrassing. But you know, it'd be like that, you know, like, and it's okay, you don't have to be ashamed. Like as intuitive as something may be for one person may not be for another person, and that's completely okay. You can get embarrassed, you can feel ashamed, but it's okay. Like, all you gotta do is just search it up on Google, watch a YouTube video, and then you'll figure it out. It's okay. Another thing that really helped me was like going with someone. At the start in college, really consistent, but I didn't really like going alone, so I'd go with my friend, and it just made it a lot of the tension like wear off, because I knew I'd be safe and not feel like all shy and scared if I was with my friend, because they could help me use the machine, and if we were both unsure, like we'd help each other, and I wouldn't be like all alone and like just like look all confused and like lost like a little puppy or something. Like, I don't know. But now that I'm home, I usually just go with my dad every day, and it's honestly like really fun, just because like he's really into the gym and just working out, so he can just like help me. If you go with a parent or like a sibling, like my brother also goes to the gym, you don't have to make plans like with your parent or your brother, because they're like in your house, and like you guys can just head there together. You don't have to like meet up or set a certain time. Just tell your brother, hey, let's go to the gym, before you even know it. You're literally in the car on the way. If your brother or your sister or your dad or your mom aren't really the gym type of people, forget what I said about all that. Then just go with a friend, you know, ask them if they're down. If they're down, then go. If they're not down, F it. Just get over the fear, get over the anxiety, and just head to the gym. You don't have to like do a crazy workout. You can just scope the area out and then just head on the treadmill if you're really scared. At the very start, I was just really like freaked out and like overwhelmed. If you're not comfortable trying anything, just look at certain machines that you might want to try and like search them up on YouTube, figure out how to use them, and then come back the next day or a few days after and try it out, give it a try. Like, you never know, like maybe you can like lift 30 pounds or 40 pounds more than you originally thought you could. And that's happened to me, and it's like the best feeling ever. Hopefully like somebody can relate to this. So hopefully someone's been just as clueless as I have been in the past. And yeah, that's really it. Bye.